What's going on, everybody? Bears win. That's crazy. I'm waiting on CJ and Allen to come in here, man, and we're gonna get to it. And we still got we got I think Andy from NFL Updated might pull up, but Bears win. Let me turn my I gotta turn this off, man. I gotta show people my real background tonight, goddammit. I gotta show them tonight, goddammit. Man, bro.
I wish I could get it.
I'm extremely positive about that, man. Then we got to talk about Ozzy Trapillo.
Shout out to Ozzy, man.
Shout out to Ozzy, man. Shout out to Ozzy, man. It ain't really too much to say, man, because the bleeding will not stop a team from learning how to blow out a bad team to also playing against a team that was almost bad as you or just as good as you against the Raiders. They damn near look like they was damn near better than us.
Yeah.
So we are growing every game like this, learning how to win. And we saw how the offensive line is not a lot of things from this team on the offensive side of the ball that we still got to get some draft picks in here next year in here, Allen. And we got to get some more people in here for this team to be on the clock and consistent all the time, right?
Yeah. Yeah, man. We got to find a better way, man. We got to find a better way.
I will say that Ozzy did a pretty good job of slowing down Mason Crosby.
Yeah, he did.
He did a pretty good job. He did a pretty good job on him. Yeah. Slowing him down.
He definitely did, bro. Ozzy Trapillo came in and he played the game of his life against an all-pro future Hall of Famer. Then we got to talk about Cairo Santos, man. The man was money all day from 43, 46, 52, kept us in the game all game to where Caleb Williams could come in the offense, Allen, and deliver the strike to DeAndre Swift for the end of the game touchdown, man. That was a beautiful execution at the end by a lot of things that happened on this team, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody got to put, hey, that was complimentary football today. Offense, defense played good in spurts. The special teams was awesome today. I mean, probably the game ball should go to the damn special teams. You know what I mean? You know, Cairo and Josh should be up there with game balls today. For real.
On the real, straight up. I'm trying to see if these boys going live and we get on the podium. If they want a press conference, you know how they do the post game.
Yeah.
We're gonna be in here a while, Bear Nation, man. So come in here with us, hang out a little bit, and just drop the comments. I'm gonna read them now. We got Soback Sports saying, "Oh yeah, bear down." We got Jay saying, "Heart still pumping." We got Isabella saying, "We also learned Max Crosby is a beast," but Ozzy shut him down that second half when he came in. Ozzy needs to start from now on. Allen, do you feel the same way? Like, look, it's I can't be mad at that. Can you be mad at that, CJ? Yeah, I can't be saying.
I have my mic off. No, I can't be mad at that. Not at all.
Yeah, I can't be mad at that, man. I'm waiting on Shaw to come in here. Out to Diana Liz. Like, this is an after party, baby. Talk your shit, big dog. But I'm waiting to see if they go live. We can catch up in the press conference or something like that. So let me see if they doing anything.
Quality, you can't teach that. So he has that, and that's what I appreciate the most from Caleb. And he did a real good job today managing the game with that last 2 minutes, just managing like a pro.
Yeah, managing like a pro, not panicking, not calling out his teammates for missed assignments, drop balls. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been having a bad body language. He's just been steady Eddie, man. He's just been getting it together, understanding what the mission is to win. You know what I mean? Don't ever let the opponent see you weak at any moment in time during the game. And that's what Caleb Williams, to me, what I'm starting to see for him, what he's learning, is that he has to be ice cold, not only from his arm and his legs, but from his body language and his leadership and his moxie. Like a quarterback has to be damn near 10 out of 10 things right. He got to have a great arm. He got to be a good leader. He got to be able to talk on the podium good. He got to be able to, talk to his teammates. He got to be able to read the defense. He got to be able to, he's the hardest position in football. And Caleb Williams is starting to turn into the pro, the number one overall pick that we all thought he could be, CJ. So just what's your thoughts on Caleb Williams at the end of the game or the beginning or the middle, man? Because it wasn't looking good, man. They couldn't get the offense on point, and you got to give credit to the Raiders defense for being disruptive as they were most of the
Yeah,
game.
the Raiders defense really put pressure on the offensive line. But when the Bears made the switch to put Ozzie in there to slow down Mason Crosby, I thought that changed the game a little bit.
Yeah, it changed the
So
game a
Caleb
lot.
started getting more comfortable, start getting his throws down.
Yeah, he was way more control, and it seemed like even though this is how you know you can speak on this, like the offensive line is the most important thing on the field because everything starts up front. Because we saw K look a little bit erratic, we saw him look flushed, we saw him look rushed, saw him making incomplete passes. So it's just so important that offensive line has to be a quarterback's best friend outside of running back, right?
Yeah, definitely, man. That's your bread and butter, your offensive line, man. That's your bodyguard. You know, if you don't have an offensive line, you just playing 7 on 11. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, you know, you gotta stay quiet. You know, the guys make the football game. You know, they set the tone too. Now that's another thing with the run game, man. The offensive line, man, they gotta set the fucking, excuse my friend, we gotta set the fucking tone, man. We gotta get, yeah, like when I watch our defensive linemen get blown off the football, I kind of want to see our offensive line blow other teams off the football. Like, make defensive linemen look like linebackers. Like, just push them 5 yards down the field. You know, that's the next step with this line is attitude. I want to see us start establishing a run. Like, I know they block well on assignment, but it's not enough push. And Swift requires a lot as a running back. You have to damn near block everything perfect for him to get 10 yards. Because you know what I'm saying? And it's not that he's just not an in-between the tackle runner.
Yeah, he's just not that runner, right?
Yeah, he's a good third down back. If he sticks to a third down back, he'll probably be an awesome third down back. But between the tackles, he ain't got the vision. It's a lot of stairs that he just don't got inside the tackles. And he anticipates contact too much as a running back for me. He anticipates it too. Sometimes you got to run lean, like going attacking the sideline, like attacking the blocks, like set up your blocks. He don't do none of that. You know, he's anticipating to go to the ground. And when you got a running back running like that, you're gonna get 13 carries for 30 yards. That's what you're gonna get.
Right. Yeah, and I gotta agree, and that's what I was saying about, you know, there are so many things on this team that still needs to be ironed out, CJ, like the running back position, the left tackle position, you know, linebackers, like Tremaine Edmonds, bro. Tremaine fucking Edmonds, man. Yo, he might be 6'6", but he ain't shit when it comes to tackling and getting the run. I saw this dude. Hold on, man. I saw Tremaine Edmonds on that 64-yard touchdown, bro. Genty he ran into the wrong gap. Shit was crazy. It was crazy to see that, man. Like, this point in your career, for you to be in the NFL as long as you've been in the NFL, bro, you making mistakes like that, bro, I'm getting you the hell off my team next season. I don't care what nobody say. His ass got to go, bro. Like, Tremaine Edmonds got to go. He then on the other touchdown on Tremaine Edmonds, man, he had let Genty get the ball and scored the second touchdown, third. Like, it was a pass, and he's just sitting in the ball. He's just sitting up there at the line. Instead of drawing down and being a weapon and being a heat-seeker missile, and by the time you run, Genty's coming out his break, he's going right by you. Like, bro, Allen, that was crazy, man.
Yeah, run through the ball carrier, like the coach just said in Pop 1. Run through the ball carrier.
Right.
Find target, hit target. That's it. He did all of the things above, but couldn't get the guy down the ground. And you're 6'5". He's 5'4", 5'6". Like, you probably been throwing him around like WWE. You know,
right.
You know, he should have been you know what I'm saying? He should have been Scott Stein on that. He just got to keep staying with it. But he's got to start. We pay him a lot of money, but
you know, I'm listening on the headset.
Yeah, we're going to look around the league.
Who does just such an incredible job with our special teams unit in all those phases. He's kind of narrating it in real time, and he's like, yeah, Blackwell's going to get this one for us. He's going to come through. And sure enough, it came to light just like he thought. And so, man, I was so proud of him. He's a guy that not only is a key cog of what we do on special teams, but a key contributor there as a backup in our DB room. And, that was huge for him.
You mentioned this sloppy game, not blessing the penalties and backyard. How did you kind of balance almost your own emotions and then
It's kind of low. Let me see if I can turn it up.
all of that?
It's easy to get frustrated, but we don't panic. We just don't. It's not who we are, and that's not what we do. And so, we have a 3-and-out to start the game, I believe, on offense, and defense comes through for us. And, they end up with 4 turnovers on the day, and we're not able to capitalize on those turnovers to the extent that we'd like to. I could see where either side of the ball would get really frustrated. I could see where the defense would get frustrated with the offense, and the offense frustrated with ourselves. And that didn't happen. Everybody stayed the course. No one panicked whatsoever. I thought we came in at halftime. We hit that reset button. That's what we talked about. Take a deep breath and let's come out and play 30 minutes and find a way to win. Oh, shoot. Well, I can't remember play by play, to be honest with you, but I remember talking to Caleb before he took the field, and I said, this is what you're built for. These are the moments that he thrives in the most. I think that's really been the story.
He walked them boys down on that fourth quarter.
And I know he came for us in a big way. That was a heck of a pass rush. We knew what 98 was capable of. And then, the rest of those guys are really hard blocks as well. And so for us to look up, and we only had 1 sack, it certainly felt a lot worse than that because Caleb was having to elude a lot and continue to evade that rush. And so, he found a way, the playmakers found a way or to hold on there for us to get a touchdown when we needed it the most.
It was tough to fight through the run game most of the game, but on 3rd and 4 there at the end to call on Swift. What went into that decision to call that? I mean, I'm sure it's 4-down territory, but to trust Swift, to trust your guys in that moment.
Yeah. It's a hard one to answer right now, to be honest with you. I just, in the moment, it's just what you're feeling, what your gut's telling you is going to work. And so, my gut was probably wrong a lot of the night. So it was good to see it come through, and really it's a credit to those guys. I mean, they know we get down there inside the 5. That's what we want to do. We want to be able to run it inside the 10-yard line, and I think they came through for us. It's exactly what you saw on tape. Whether in college or the first 3 games this year, he's down, and I thought you saw that time and time again where arm tackles are not going to do it. It's going to take a swarming mentality by the entire defense, and if it is just one man, you got to hit him just right to bring him to the ground. So to look to contain him, and he got after us pretty good. O-line for them, they came out guns a-blazing as well. Yeah. It's my first time here in Allegiant. Each and every week, and so we were just at the point where we weren't doing a whole lot on offense, and we felt like that might give us a little spark and ignite us a little bit on offense there. I know. Golly, we talked about it. We talked about it last night, how we were going to need to get some turnovers on the road here to get our first road win, and those guys came through. Byard came through with 2 of them. I thought Tyreek had one of the more athletic plays I've seen. The way he bounced up after that, I thought that was incredible. And then, that we don't win that game without those turnovers. Just the way that they were able to move the ball, and then like I said, had we been able on offense to capitalize on that a little bit more, it wouldn't have come down to the wire like that.
Facts.
But,
Yeah.
1 for 4 in the red zone for us on offense. It's not gonna win you a whole lot of games.
And sorry if you already answered this, but you talk all the time about side needs and adjustment. With Caleb today, the pass rush that he was facing, so you see some adjustment in the second half to realize that there is no running there.
Yeah, I really felt like our guys just focused in, and they took a deep breath there at halftime, and they took a lot of pride in doing the best job that they could. So I'll have to go back and I'll look at the tape. I don't know play call wise if I was really that different in the second half than I was the first half, but I'll have to go back and I'll look at that.
Was that a version of stumble bum we saw earlier?
Yeah, that was one of those. We have a group of guys that come up with plays, and we felt like that could take advantage of something that we saw. We were really in 2-down territory in my mind at that point, anyways. So I knew that we were going to go for an explosive play on that one, and if we didn't get it, then we were going to go for it on the next one. So it happens sometimes, and that's the cost of doing business. Some of them hit, some of them don't.
You guys had Corey Taylor kick off.
Yeah, so Cairo was feeling a little something, and we were getting him checked out, and so Torrey came through for us. From my understanding, Cairo was good to go. All right, thank you.
Man, Shaw, welcome to the live, big dog. How you feeling, bro?
Bittersweet tonight, fellas. Good to join y'all again. I always feel great after a W, but man, I'm feeling a little sticky right now.
Talk your talk. Talk your talk, big dog.
Hey, I'm gonna go straight to the OG here, because I know he's gonna appreciate this. Okay, when I get 240 yards ran against me, home or road, on Madden or just in fantasy, I feel a little some way about that, man. And over this next 14 days, I hope it's addressed in Hallis Hall. Seriously, it's a problem. It's a damn problem, bro. For 4 weeks running, it has been a problem. Montez Sweat, Andrew Billings, Dio Dingbo. It is a problem on first and second down. Ashton Denty and the Las Vegas Raiders were the worst rushing team in football. I know we won this game, but let me say this about Dennis Allen's defense. I appreciate the tenacity of the secondary. We talked about it pregame with the safeties, having to take advantage of opportunities when Geno Smith gives them to you. Shout out to the captain, Kevin Byard.
Yes,
Shout
sir.
out.
Shout out to Kevin. Captain. Go ahead, big dog. Do your thing.
But I'll be damned if we don't have a problem to shore up. And I know TJ Edwards is important. But if he's this damn important, he's Lance Briggs. And I mean that. I mean that. I mean that. Because if you take Briggs out of what that defense was with Urlacher, it was a little bit different. It was nice, but it wasn't nasty nice.
Yeah.
And I think that guy is the thumper and the heartbeat of that defense.
Yeah.
And without him, it's so noticeable. Last year, we talked so much about Billings missing games and that contributing to the decreased production in Montez, the decreased production in the yards per carry. But they grounded and pounded. Missed tackles by Edmonds, missed tackles by Brisker. That's unacceptable run defense, fellas. And I was a little bit, I felt like somebody took the last chicken off the grill, if you know what I'm saying, CJ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It got ugly, man. Like that deep, like we were saying before, like early in the show, it's like they got so much stuff to fix, man, to not put up efforts like this from the linebackers to the running back game. It was a lot of stuff that's left to be desired. We saw it all today. We saw why you was looking like, why we can't blow this team out? This the worst rushing team in it, and da. Bro, you saw everything while we was suffering to score points today. You saw it. You just saw it in 4K on offense and defense, man.
Fellas, situational football was horrible this week. Penalties, first downs, terrible. It was doo-doo in the red zone. I'm not sure what happened over this week in practice. The guys were in and out in terms of the offensive line. They didn't know who was going to play, so everybody, there was no continuity. But everything look exactly like it did prior to the Dallas game in terms of their operation. They were getting play calls in late. Ben Johnson. Instead of seeing Mason Crosby look like Khalil Mack on PDs, you're going to go, instead of going away from him, you're allowing the guy to disrupt the game. I saw
That's what I was saying. We said that in the pregame. You got to get him away from him. Why is he so... We talked about that in the pregame, though. We got to get him away from Max Crosby.
Gee, why are you not moving the pocket? Especially early when that man was looking like Khalil from Krypton. I mean, honestly, batting balls, deflections, interceptions, tackles for loss. These are the generational pass rushers that people sold me that Montez Sweat may be with his $125 million making dollar ass. Excuse my French.
Go ahead, bro. We grown. Yeah, man.
But
we grown, man.
18. I'm stamping 18 today, going on the road, doing his thing, doing what he should be doing as a leader of this organization and as this football team. He took a step forward today.
Yeah, he did. He
took a step forward today because nothing looked good around him, and they won the game behind him leading a touchdown drive in the fourth quarter. Allen, you touched on it. He's comfortable in 4-minute offense. Why aren't we running more hurry up between the games? It's a little bit something Ben's going to have to get adjusted to because this dude is different in 4-minute drill. He's not thinking, he's playing. We saw this with Aaron Rodgers when you gave him full freedom of the West Coast offense and he was able to just be him. You saw Romo Dunze start to pop. You saw DJ Moore start to pop. And here's the question. He didn't have to force feed the open guy who was dropping balls all first half, Cole Kmet.
Yeah, right.
My God.
That game would have been nowhere near as tight as it was if he would have called a couple of passes a day. And penalties, man. Like it was disgusting, bro, from Cole Kmet, man. That was nasty work by that boy today. And I picked him to be an X factor today. Prove me wrong.
Well, he was an X factor.
Right.
he was an X factor. He was.
Right. But let's get some comments in. We got Craig saying, OG, I need to hear you say what you told me in our text about Dexter and what position he playing now.
Craig crazy. I told Craig, man, Javon Dexter playing free safety now, man. He's 11 yards down the field. I'm like, damn, dog, like, are you gonna get any penetration? Like any? Pause, but I'm like, bro, like you ain't even playing D tackle. You're not getting upfield. It's an eyesore watching Javon Dexter right now. It is a eyesore. Like he just doesn't make me feel good about defensive line play at all. Like Billings is gonna get pushed back. He might not get upfield, but he's gonna establish his line of scrimmage 1 yard off the ball. Everybody else is pretty solid with that. They just don't get upfield. They don't establish a new line of scrimmage. But Javon Dexter he is already his pursuit drill, dog. Like, damn, I've never seen a big man in a hurry to do a damn pursuit drill. Like, dog, get upfield, man, please. Get your hands on linemen, redirect, and get to the football. Like, he just jumps, pops, and he's already running downfield chasing somebody. I don't like D linemen chasing people. That ain't what we pay you to do, big dog. We don't pay you to damn chase people. We pay you to get upfield, cause corruption, so our linebackers can make the play. We're in the 4-3. We're not. I don't know what the hell your defense you're playing, big dog. It just hurts my soul, man. Watching Javon Dexter right now, it just hurts my soul, man. Like you taking defensive line play back 50 years. Like it just don't make any sense what he's got going on. We need to address that D line. Somebody need to go to the bench. Like somebody needs to attack the bench. Somebody needs a wake-up call. Coach Allen, I don't care what they make. You have to tell the defensive line this week, on this off week, I don't even think they deserve to go in the off week. Get an off week off. Y'all practicing this week. I'm taking this as a loss if I'm a defensive coordinator. My defensive line is not playing up to standard. Like Coach Tommy said, we're not up to standard on defensive line play. This is How the hell did they get 200 something yards in the worst running attack in football? And we allowed that. No. Somebody has to go to the bench this week. I don't know who, but somebody needs to go to the bench. And my guess, if it was me, it'd be Javon Dexter. It'd be Javon Dexter. I can't watch a free safety play D tackle. I can't do it. I don't pay. We don't pay you to play free safety. Kevin Byard plays free safety. Briscoe plays safety, not Javon Dexter.
Man, you heard him. The OG had to cook one time. We got Craig saying preach both lines should practice all week. When you give up 200 yards, you don't get a week off. I agree. Yeah, Isabella, that's crazy. You got my boy down the leg. He got him in there rolling this motherfucker. You know, when we come in here, bro, we're going to bring the heat and tell the truth because it's a lot of weak stuff going on out there, man. And I don't know, man. It's just like the offensive line position. Like, Ozzie came in there and played his ass off. Like, so, and he's been healthy for the past 2 weeks. He's been healthy. So it's just confusing, CJ. Like, why are we not playing Ozzie at right tackle? Even when Dan Rosenthal said he was more comfortable at the right tackle position, then you got Theo playing in front of him. Then Theo get his ass out there today and get destroyed. Right. Got destroyed.
Got destroyed by Crosby. Destroyed.
Got destroyed, bro. And then Ozzie come in and save the day. What are we doing on the offensive line, bro? Alan, what are we doing on the offensive line with this coaching staff? Like, what's going on? Because I'm confused. Yeah. I know fans is confused too. Like, what are we looking at?
Yeah, Coach Roushard is trying to be like, you know how coaches are. Coaches kind of want to make you, they want to make you clean your plate. Like you're not gonna play until you clean your plate. Like you're gonna have to go through these trials, tribulations as a defensive lineman or offensive lineman, whichever one. You're not gonna get anything, right? But at that stage, you're doing that. Sometimes you just got to go ahead and give the kid his time to shine. Let him go out there and look bad. I'd rather him go look bad than let's assume that he can't play because he ain't doing his right assignment against Swift one day in practice. Like, I mean, those will happen. Like I told Craig, I don't mind mistakes. Mistakes gonna happen in football. Long as they're aggressive mistakes, I can live with it. If you're going out there fighting your ass off and the guy gets by, he just whooped you on that play. Let's line up and do it again. That's football. So if you're just doing this kid like that to make him eat his plate, then that's okay. Yeah, whatever you want to do, but you're going to have to live with this. This is not on Ryan Poles. Ryan Poles has nothing to do with the active roster on Sundays. This is on Ben and Coach Roushard. If you're telling me that the Canadian Eagle is better than Ozzie, and from what y'all guys reports, that ain't true. That is not true. So, line football game action tells the tale. So, practice, whatever you want to put, that don't tell the tale because Ozzie showed today that he's a football player. He's a pro football player. So, put him in the game, and if he gets beat, he get beat. He couldn't look that bad like Theo. Theo looks like an undrafted guy. He looked like what he got drafted, and it's okay. He made the team. He's a good story. He's a good athlete, too, but he's not Ozzie Trapilio. He's a second-round pick, so you can't get mad at Ryan for making the move. That's on the coaching staff. Now we're going to ask the question why he ain't been playing. So just like you're saying, so now we're going to be asking for 2 weeks, what's going on, Coach? Why he didn't play? I'm interested to see what Coach Roushard tells us this week why he did not play.
Yeah, me too, man. And that's what I was saying because it was just confusing, Shad. So, Shad, when you saw Ozzie come in and pretty much stop the bleeding, bro, stop the cut. We needed stitches instead of Band-Aids. He gave us stitches right on that right side today. So when you saw him come in and just pretty much neutralize Max Crosby because he didn't get to Caleb no more after that. So just what were your thoughts when you saw that, Shad? Like, damn, what are we doing on this offensive line when this kid is really supposed to be the backup right tackle? Are they trying to say they made a mistake with drafting him because he might be that much better than Darnell Wright? Like, you make a mistake drafting the kid, then he come out there and go up against an all-pro, basically a Hall of Famer, and win.
And win.
That's something right there. Like, you can't hide your mistakes. Am I right, Shad?
Dead on money, G. I mean, it really goes back to the evaluation of him when they took him this year in the draft. you asked the question when the rumors were Darnell Wright going to take snaps at left tackle, right?
Mm-hmm.
The tea leaves was telling you what was going on up at Hallis Hall. Ryan Poe's like a certain type of trait and certain type of profile on his roster. And if you look at Karan Amargaji, Ozzie Trapillo, and even looking at the kid that they got that looked like lunch meat today, all of them have a certain type of trait, certain type of height. I think 6'6" and above, right?
Right.
Yeah, they tall. Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the problem with me is the kid played over 28 games, started at right tackle at Boston College. And we immediately converted him by some fucking unlogical reason to be a left tackle immediately. In camp, he was taking steps at left tackle to go against Braxton Jones instead of pushing Darnell Wright. So the context is it a duplicate draft pick? Absolutely. But they're not in a situation to not go with their best five based on the fact that there's no all pros on this line. Drew Dahlman has looked average as hell for 4 weeks. Jonah Jackson again continues to get slapped up by second defensive tackles in rotations. The line stunts, it completely confuses him. And I know right guard is something he didn't play last year. He was more left guard, and he played a little bit of center. So it's him still getting acclimated going back on the right side. But this is what we talked about pregame. That right side was going to be a question mark. We saw Cole Kmet in there left end to chip. They even brought in Smythe, the third tight end, to chip all game. So that's a contribution to Trapillo as well. He had a little bit of help, so he wasn't out there on the island a lot. And a lot of the plays were designed to go left. If you notice in the second half, they were going left. And that was by design. So from that standpoint, I ain't really going to look at it from the standpoint that I think Ozzie is absolutely a starter. I'm looking at it from the standpoint that the evaluation needs to change on what we need to be a starter. Number one, if the run game has been poor, you have to put your best 5 run blockers on the field and deal with a little bit of regression in your pass blocking because your quarterback's maturing to understand where the rush is coming from.
Right.
Okay, so for me, it's really just a trickle-down effect because they're going to have to trust these young kids. I think the young guys on this roster, meaning the first and second-year players, might be the guys that need to be starting as opposed to the veterans or the guys that have been here a couple years at that position.
That's a bar, boy.
Yeah.
The concept for me is Colson Loveland should be a starting tight end for your team. Love Cole Kmet. Said it game 1, G. Love Cole Kmet and what he does. But he is limited, very limited. In terms of what you can do with him in the pass game, even though you can line him up anywhere, he's not changing the game at the tight end position. You drafted Colston Loveland to do that. Luther Burden today, how many targets? Not enough.
Not enough.
You have to invest in these young players because right now, if against that Raiders secondary, they even highlighted on the commentary. Salute to whoever the play-by-play guy was. He said, you got to go at this guy. He's their 5th corner. Why are you not going at him? He's guarding Luther Burden one-on-one. One-on-one. Take a shot, Ben Johnson. Trust your young guys. Oh, here's the captain.
I'm well. Let's get it going.
Caleb, the Bears so long have been on the wrong side of these finishes. And
Yeah.
you got a taste of that last year. What was this like to see it go your way at the end?
Yeah, it's something we practice. It's something that we execute at the end of the game. It comes down to that. It comes down to execution as a team on all sides of the ball. If you look at it, offense did their job at the end of the game. Obviously, it's not what we wanted, the whole game. But when it came down to it, you can only win the game in the fourth quarter. And so it came down to that. We marched down the field. Everybody did a good job on that on the offensive side of the ball. Defense did a great job. Obviously, they wanted to keep him out of field goal range. They have a great kicker. He was in field goal range, but defense did a good job keeping him at a long distance for a field goal, meaning that the trajectory of the ball has to be kicked at a certain height and a special team. So all 3 sides of the ball at the end of the game came through, and that's what you wish for.
You mentioned a tough day offensively overall. How did you adjust to seeing that you're just not going to have a lot of time? You're going to be under pressure a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's something that It's something that coming into a game. I think the guys did a great job, to be honest. They got a hell of a player over there. He's probably the best player that I've ever played against so far in my career. And so like I said, they got a hell of a player. And so understanding that coming into the game, trying to get the ball out as fast as possible, get it to my guys. And I think I can do a better job of that early in the game, getting everybody in rhythm. So that's a part of it. But at the end of the day, that's what happened. We got some guys in there that I mean, it's their first time, playing and suiting up, especially versus a guy like that, and they did a hell of a job. So I'm proud of the guys, especially the way we fought. That's all you can ask for at the end of the day. And now we're 2-2 going to bye week. Marching, just like the feeling of like it's slow the whole game. Yeah. I think you can say that. It reminds you of that moment, of being able to have a grimy game, like you said, and just things aren't working as well as you want. You're in, your defense puts you in. I think we were in, for all those picks or something, or at least 3 of them. I think we were 30 yards out. And they did a hell of a job, and so and we didn't do our part in those senses of being able to go score and create momentum for us as us as a team. But the defense, they stood strong for us. Special teams stood strong for us, and at the end of the day, we all came together at the end and came out victorious. Yeah. I think the belief. I think those moments that we're born for, that I'm born for, and I think being able to portray the belief that guys, this is all we got, and this is all we need. We're in a position where we're not in a favorite position. We're down. It's all 11 of us on the field, and we got to go do a job. And so I think just the belief, the trust, the hard work that we put in, those are the moments that you wish for. Those are moments that you dream about. And so being able to have those moments and come through is important for the confidence, especially like I said, in the moment where it's not a favorite position. You're away, you're down, and you got to go win the game. So it's a confidence builder, it's a culture builder for us, and especially the type of game we had, a grimy game, like you said, being able to come together in the end, it builds a lot of confidence for us. And obviously, we have things that we have to find ways to get better, get the run game going, get early completions, fast completions, and then obviously when we get our shots, take them. But I think we're creating something special here, and we got to keep going. Something that we got to keep building on. But it's a tough team, tough opponent over there, tough defense, and they got some really good players over there. And so being able to come together and find a way to come out victorious is, like I said, I think it's a big win for us, especially our first one on the road. Which okay. Oh, like the last, like right before the last. What worked so well? To be honest, in that moment, Ben came over to me right before, and he goes, these are times that you're made for. So I provided belief and confidence that he has in me, and then from there I went into the huddle and looked everybody in the eyes, and this is the moment. This is where we go win the game, and just trying to be as composed. Obviously, we had a negative play on that drive that set us back, I think, 10 yards on the holding, and just being composed, trying to be as calm as possible for those guys and look everybody in the eyes and understand that this is our moment. This is where we go win the game.
How much does Ben help throughout the game? How much does he help you guys with that resilience to stay in it? Because I'm sure he was frustrated as you were.
Yeah.
But how did he kind of help you guys stay level headed and stay resilient?
Yeah, I mean, kudos to the coaches. We go into halftime and we had, I don't know how many passing yards and how many rushing yards, but I think it was below 100 both total. And so I think when we got into that, Ben's calmness, Coach Johnson's calmness, his belief, his understanding of that's not our brand of football, and that's and my guy Petey was right behind me. I was sitting down trying to be calm, just not too high, not too low in those moments. Believe in our guys, and they did a hell of a job being able to come through for us. And then, yeah, it's. So I was looking. I didn't have my eyes closed or anything, so I was looking, and I'm watching, and obviously you can hear him kick, and you're trying to figure out where the ball went. So I'm looking up, trying to find the ball, and I end up seeing the ball, squirt out, only 15 yards or so, and Those are moments that you wish for, that we train for, opportunities that those guys train for. And so proud of those guys, happy for those guys. And, it's a big moment for us. Yeah, Rome was running a good route. I felt and saw some space. And just the belief in Rome that when he was going to break and stood in there, and if I was going to get hit, I was going to get hit. But believing that Rome was going to come out his break, and I was going to deliver him a solid ball enough to be able to catch it at least. And he did a great job being able to catch it on a run and go score. Yeah. Yeah.
Pro Bowl Rome.
Pro Bowl Rome. You said it in the chat.
Yeah, this is big. Every win is big for belief and confidence for us. But to be able to go 0-2, and then fight back, now going to the bye being 2-2, it's kudos to the coaches, kudos to us as players. And like I've said, we got too many guys that care. Our guys, whether it's coaches or players, but specifically speaking about the players, we got a lot of guys that care and care about each other, but also care about the outcome of this team. And so I think being able to come together, I think adversity does that to the great teams. And we had some adversity our first two games versus divisional opponents. And so being able to come together, fight together, and be able to have a game how we had last week, but also have this, this supremely tough game where, not all cylinders are hitting on the same moment. And then, we all come together at a certain time and we go win the game.
Bizarre question, but given your head coaches, was that a fake stumble?
That was a fake stumble. It was a fake stumble. They did a great job on defense. They ended up getting some run through. I should have hit Rome even after the scramble. It was frustrating being able to miss that.
You should have hit Komet on like 4 throws.
They did a good job on defense. And they covered it down and got some run through. So I couldn't go through the other progressions, but yeah, it was a fake stumble.
Since the summer, I've been pretty encouraged about the timing of the bye, feeling like
Yes.
you got a chance offensively to scale back or
Yeah.
zoom out and look at it. What do you think happens over the next 2 weeks that allow you to kind of reset coming out?
Yeah, I've an early buy like this, I think it does do that for us. But also it's like another, in a sense, like training camp in a way. You get to look back on, what we've done well, what we haven't done well. And you get to adapt and adjust to those things. And
Damn,
I think
fellas,
us as
it's
a team,
only
that's what we're
7
going
o'clock.
to
It's
do,
early.
especially with the momentum that we've had with, the home win, our first home win to this first away win.
Yeah,
So,
don't nobody
I
need to
think being
unpack.
able to
We
look back on all
practicing
of
that.
that, and the tape always, and everything feels
I
better.
think
when,
Ben gonna do that too,
you
Alan. I don't
win.
think he's gonna not
But
let
we
people
got to
get
look
off
back
like
on
that.
it and look
No,
back
we
on
ain't
it
good enough
and
to
be
do that.
truth
We
tellers,
practicing that
like
good.
I've said before, and figure out what we do best to be able to keep this winning streak going.
Last one, Jason Rome, when it comes to having to make it work in imperfect circumstances or adverse circumstances today where you don't have a running game and there's a lot of pressure coming.
Yeah. I think the biggest growth is being able to keep my
You definitely
composure
got it,
for the
bro, for
guys.
sure.
Most importantly,
For
it's
sure.
not just the other 10 guys on the field. It's the whole team. And so I think there was moments in the game where, I got frustrated, and the growth in that standpoint of not having, whether it's bad body language or, not saying anything or, raising my temper, maybe too much. I think that's been the growth. So being able to see the composure from me in those bad moments.
Didn't I
those
say he
tough
was
moments,
improving on that,
maybe
y'all?
after a
I
pick
just said
where
that
a
he's
guy
really
comes from
getting
right
that
the
under
end to the
control.
middle field, tips it, and those are frustrating moments where those are moments that can change momentum. And the guys look at me and they're like, okay, he's composed, he's still strong-willed, that we're going to come out here, we're going to score this next drive, and maybe we don't, but we're going to get up, we're going to fight, fall down 7 times, get up 8, keep swinging. Awesome. The Bears.
Go Bears.
And I think that's the end of the live, man. I think that's the end of it as far as them doing their interview. So just anything about Caleb on the podium, man. Anybody can kick it off, man. What do y'all think about it?
I got 2 notes here, fellas. He made a point of emphasis on that last touchdown drive, which was 15 plays for 73 yards, which led to a touchdown. Okay. But he said the game is won in the 4th quarter. I like to go back to the 1st and 2nd quarters of this game. where the Bears started out offensively with a punt, a field goal, an interception in the first quarter. Followed that up with another punt, field goal in the second quarter. You saw his frustration with his throws and his mechanics in that first half. So even though he said he was poised, I think that had to do more with Ben Johnson making adjustments in that second half, calling a game that made him more comfortable. Because in that first half, he just did not show the poise that he was discussing. And I'm being honest. As the leader of that team, he had the ball in his hand more than they committed to the run. They saw the Raiders they were pretty much selling out to stop the run. They were stopping all the short shit. And you saw interceptions, you saw missed passes, you saw the negative things that people hang on with Caleb Williams anytime they happen. So for me, I think as the game progressed, I think that the one key thing that he said was the growth. He said measured growth it starts with me. And this team literally follows his temperament. You know what I mean? You can see it. And I think it's a little bit different because we're not used to the quarterback being the heartbeat of the team. We're used to a linebacker or a running back or an ancillary player being the heartbeat of this organization. But he's a little bit different wide quarterback, but this is what we're seeing as he's growing to understand how important he is. These are how some of the games might look, man. And I'm kind of impressed again, G, in terms of him taking that next step, understanding in the moment what's going on.
Yeah, I'm over here doing something for some content for us. But, Caleb Williams said something. I said it in when we were talking about it before he got up there, like, he's improving. He's improving as a leader, a communicator, and he's learning, like, my body language. I dictate everything. If I'm showing that I'm frustrated, my wide receiver going to be frustrated. My coach going to be frustrated. My offense, everybody's going to be frustrated because you are the quarterback. So I think as a young man, 22, 23 years old, he's starting to understand that it's way bigger than you throwing the ball, bro. You getting the first down, bro. It's all about your temperament and how calm you can be under pressure, and can you develop a skill trait with ice in your veins to deliver. So we saw Caleb in this game get frustrated. His body language wasn't as good. His mechanics wasn't as good. And we saw in the second half that he cleaned it up along with the help of Adi Trapillo, Ben Johnson. But him as an individual, you have to give him credit for maturing, because guess what? The games are not going to get easier. The offensive line is not going to improve overnight. The pass rush is not going to get better overnight. The running back game is not going to be top 5 overnight. So if I'm Caleb Williams, I'm thinking whatever I can do to contribute to my team winning games and me keeping my composure, whatever I got to do, I have to give my team my all. I have to give them everything to squeak out a win. You know what I mean, Alan? Yeah,
man. That Caleb is like I said, he's still learning. About being a pro. I mean, he's not got it, wrapped it around yet. He still has his moments, because everybody's looking at his demeanor. I mean, it seems like Chicago, we do a hell of a job looking at demeanors as fans, and we lip readers. We just professional body language fans. It's because we just had so much shitty body language since Dicker. We just know it. So, I just think, man, Caleb just got to keep growing, man. Just keep building, keep that smile on his face. And I know sometimes he get frustrated. I know he does. And probably more so with himself. Because, in the interview, he was saying, I could have had this guy, could have had that guy. As a quarterback, you go on tape and you see like, damn, I had DJ on that play. Or, damn, I had Komet on those plays I missed. Even though Komet might have dropped it, but still he might have been the right guy for that pass. So those are the things he's got to work on, man. So long as he's there and he's known, I don't mind him addressing his mistakes and telling everybody about it. I think that's the beauty of being a leader. Like, and my shit stinks as a leader. My shit stinks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like people like that, like, because I can follow a person like that because they're self-aware. You know what I'm saying? So that's the things I love. I don't like a person to get up there and it's everybody's fault but mine. And he's never threw any of his teammates under the bus for the first 2 years. And he got his ass kicked last year, 68 sacks. And he's not once said anything about his O-line. We have, but he hasn't said it. So that's what I'm saying. Those are the things that you know, you love him for. And I'm like I said, man, he's our guy, man. I mean, you know, I'm gonna run through a wall with Caleb, you know, because he's just that type of temperament in the locker room, man. I just love the kid, man. He does everything well, and he's still trying to grind and work.
Yeah, we got a couple of comments. Let's just read a few, man. I'm gonna read a few. We got Donald say, I'm not going to trip on Caleb because he's seeing things we haven't seen in some cases as Bears fans when it comes to the QB spot. He's constantly improving. This man has an it factor. You can sense it. We got Isabella saying we're only 1 3/4 games out of first place. Maybe we can get lucky in the division. We'll drop a game while we're on the bye. And the crazy part about it, the Packers and the Cowboys are about to play right now if they're not playing. Dallas and Green Bay is going to play. Big win tonight. We need the Cowboys to get the W for sure. She said, you can't argue with the fact that Caleb has accountability, and I believe in him when he takes accountability, not looking like my guy. I never Yeah. So I just muted your mic, CJ. So yeah, this is the thing. Like we saw quarterbacks come here that had great arms. We saw quarterbacks come here, Justin Fields, that was stoic and to himself. But then you get Caleb, who's an extrovert, but at the same time, he's a little bit flamboyant. Not flamboyant, he's a little bit eccentric, but at the same time, he shows his vulnerability. See, people think vulnerability is a weakness. No, man, vulnerability is a strength. It's a strength, and that you grow with, and people can't use it against you. That's how you know Caleb is raised the right way, or he's being coached the right way to show vulnerability, so people can know that you're just human, bro. So him coming out there and saying, you know, that nothing was perfect, and I could have made this play, I could have made that play. He's just self-aware, like he was saying, Alan. That's what you want in a quarterback, and that's probably helped him get drafted #1 overall, because nobody's perfect out here, man. But the thing about Caleb is, and I always said this, and I said this on the post, that if Caleb Williams goes 3-1 on this October stretch, starting with the game tonight, we're going to start probably hearing MVP conversations. Yeah. We're going to start hearing things about Caleb that we haven't heard about a quarterback for the Bears in a long time. So right now he has 28 touchdowns and 8 interceptions off the interception he had today. 28 and 8 after his first 21 games in NFL. From a season in which he had 68 sacks and coming back, and he's playing this way. And this was his first game where he led us to a victory. Led us. So if you still got questions about Caleb Williams, that's fine. I still got a couple of questions about Caleb. I think he still kind of want to play hero ball. I saw 3 times, maybe 2 or 3 times, I saw Cole Kmet run in front of his face. He didn't pass him the ball, and it was incomplete passes. So he has to understand that the main thing is to keep the main thing and keep the chains moving, bro. The sexy play is not always going to be there. Start looking at Cole Kmet in front of your face. He's a big body. DeAndre Swift, like, start looking in the flat a little bit more, and I think Caleb will be fine, man, going forward. I have no issue with Caleb, man. I think we got a franchise quarterback, man. I think we really do. We're going to the bye, 2-2. Kyler Gordon should be healthy coming out of the bye. TJ Edwards, all these guys should be healthy on defense coming in, man, and I expect us to be a little bit better on defense while the offense continues to improve. While Caleb Williams continues to show accountability, and Ben Johnson continues to trust him in the moment, Shad. In the moment. Look, bro, we can't run this ball right here, bro. We can't run the ball. We too far away from our own end zone to think about running the ball, bro. We need you to be that dog. We need you to be that guy to get us to victory. Like I always say, quarterbacks don't win games alone, but there will be times during the season when Caleb would win us games based off the defense keeping us in games. This was the first time we've seen it, and he's 1-0. So I expect him to keep trending that way as just a quarterback. That trait developed where he could be clutch in the 4-minute offense, 2-minute offense. And I think we got us a quarterback, man. That's all I got to say, man. We're going to the bye, man. It's been a great pregame show, postgame show, man. If you guys got any more final thoughts, please share them before we get up out of here. Shout out to the 224 people in here right now and everybody that's brought a comment, whether it was Isabella, down to Liv. Craig came in here, man. We appreciate you, Craig, man. Been down with us since day one. Devine Dobbs came in here. I think Audrey came in here and she said, "What's up?"
She was in there.
Bears won, Audrey. Bears won. Bears win. So with that being said, man, we could kick off the final thoughts, man. We ain't gonna hold you guys up no more longer, man. It's 7:30 my time, probably 8:30 y'all time, East Coast. But Man, Shad, you can kick it off with your final thoughts, bro, because we're not going to be back on until 2 more weeks. So, what you got for us, bro? For the first 4 weeks of the season, what are your thoughts about the Chicago Bears, and what have you seen, and what gives you hope that we're going to probably be better towards the end of the year? Top 10.
We looking at what Lovey used to call the first quarter of the year, right? You know, after 4 games, man. First quarter of the season's in the books, man, and based on what expectations was, the excitement of the offseason, you can't call it underwhelming, but you can't call it overwhelming either. I think it's somewhere in the middle, which if you're an avid Bears follower and observer, it's kind of what you wanted. You know what I mean? You're kind of what you wanted. You got your tests within your division. You got a couple of secondary types of opponents, different types of matchups. This know who you really much had, like as you touched on, G, opportunities to see where investments need to be made, where changes need to be focused. And that's the most key point right now, because at this point, you can't see anything but the trajectory going on. Looking at the division, Detroit's 3-1. Okay, they beat the shit out of the Browns today, and that's cool. But if you remember that matchup against the Bears, that was a 1-possession game before it got out of hand. And I don't lose track of that, because what that does is by the time that team meets up again, that's the standard. And at that point, wherever you are in the season, if you meet that match, that's that takeoff point for the entire organization. The Lions did it week 1 against the Chiefs 2 years ago, and it took them off, and they haven't looked back since. That's what we got to hope for. So for me, coming out this bye week, you got some really strong opponents with the Commanders. You got the Ravens, the Bengals. You don't know what they're going to look like, but teams that are going to give the Bears different kind of opponents that I think they should be able to win in terms of being the favorite. And if they are the favorite, G, you better buy your stock in Caleb, because right now you could start that snowball for the rest of this season, man, before this weather change. And I'm feeling gas, y'all. I'm feeling gas.
CJ, you got any final thoughts, C?
Yeah, man. I mean, just the fact
First 4 weeks of
just the fact that you're seeing Caleb fight, fight to pull out this win, it was very encouraging to see, because it's gonna be you're gonna have games like this throughout the season. And Ryan Poles have got to start looking at this team to see how he's gonna improve the team moving forward, because it definitely showed in this game with the running game. And with the linebackers, all of it showed. So hopefully the Bears can go through this bye week and kind of just look back at this game and really pencil it on the calendar as a game that can get you momentum, and a game that hopefully they can make some improvements, some adjustments. So I'm just waiting for them to come off to the bye week, making some adjustments. You may see some players in and out the lineup. You may see some changes. So I just want to wait and see what the Bears are going to do with that.
Man, well said. Alan, what you got for us, man? First 4 weeks of the season, man, we 2-2. Should be 3-1. But if was a 5th, y'all know the rest. We all be drunk. So going through after 4 weeks of the bye, Alan, man. So is it going like you thought it would, or could it be better? Or, just what's your thoughts, man, before we go?
You know what? I think it's kind of going the way I thought. Because I knew I kind of felt like the first game, that was going to be a tough game anyway. Just coming out of preseason, looking kind of the way we look, I felt like we had an extended preseason that game. But the Detroit game was our marker. Like, we're not fucking good, So right. The last 2 weeks, they're like, okay, now we're stacking wins and building. But we still got to attack our fronts, man, our big boys, man. I think Ryan Poles knows that we got to keep this roster, this bottom of the roster. I think they signed a young guy the other day to the practice squad. We got to keep working these young linemen in and out and try to make sure that we keep this foundation going, because the offensive line has still got some issues. And Jonah Jackson he's not solidified that right guard spot. And I feel like it's a good chance if all things are equal, he might not finish the season at right guard.
If everything is equal, right.
Yeah, so that's why I feel like you got to keep working. And I think Karan, if they keep working and try to find some ways to get him on the field, man, the kid is super athletic and he needs to play. Put him in there to play. I mean, can he be any worse than Jackson? That's all I ask myself. Can he be worse than Canadian Eagle? I mean, who can he
got
be
ate
worse
by a wolf
than?
today. Look, he got ate by a wolf today. That motherfucker Eagle got grounded by a wolf.
So let's stay centered. Let these young guys play, because that's all about development. That's all I want to do this season. Keep developing these young talents that you're bringing in, because we're throwing guys out to the wolves and they ain't even played the game yet. Poor Ozzie, he the worst shit that we ever drafted and never played. That's just so unfair. It's so unfair. But you seen the young man today, and he did a good job. So put the dudes in the game. I want to see him in the game. I care about practice, but I don't care about practice. Because I play football and practice All-Americans. I know plenty of them. I know plenty of practice All-Americans. But when the games come, Javon Dexter's one. Practice All-American. But he gets to the game, caught his cheese. So, so let's play these young guys, man. Play them. So that's all I want to say going forward for the season. Play the young guys. You got good veteran leaders. You got young talent. Play them.
Man, well said about everybody, and I can't say anything more or any more enlightening than what you guys have said already. It's just that it's a new offense. This is pretty much Caleb's rookie year. You could say that, man. You got to scrap everything we saw from last year. Roman Dunze, he had to get to where he needs to be. He's looking like the number one wide receiver. The offensive line, we knew it was going to be shaky. We thought it'd be improved, but there's still questions about it. You pretty much almost draft the right tackle with a guy who's Darnell Wright, who's a right tackle. He's going to be looking for an extension. So what the fuck was that? That's a thing, bro. Like if Ozzie Trillo, and it's just not no flash in the pan situation.
Yeah,
it's not a flash in the pan situation. That's a problem, because what are you going to put him at? You're not going to put Darnell Wright at the right guard. That's not what he is. He's not going to want to change his position. He's going to get paid as a top right tackle. So with that being said, then you got the defense. Everybody's been injured. You got Jalen Johnson, TJ Edwards, Kyler Gordon, anybody else you could think of. So the defense has not been what it need to be. So Dennis Allen can have his full complementary players. It hasn't been that. But it seems like we are a bend and break defense right now. Yeah. And I'm super proud to say that, because it was looking like everything was lost when we got beat like that to Detroit. So the fact that Tyree Stevenson came back 2 games in a row, the way he's been playing, come on, bro. You got to give it up. Kevin Byard, 2 interceptions a day. You got to give it up, bro. That secondary is giving us life when that pass rush is not. So unless there's somebody we missing on the defensive line where we're saying, well, we know the pass rush is the reason why guys are getting interceptions, you're going to have to motherfucking show me.
No.
You have to show me who getting pressure. We can be like, yeah, this is why, Bayard and all these guys are getting interceptions, because we're not seeing that, man, at least for right now. So 2-2, I think we're exactly where we need to be. We're a young team, but we're not trash. We're not a great team, but we're not a good team. But we got some overwhelming talent as a quarterback at the quarterback position, and we got an overwhelming talent at the play caller and offensive head coach position. And I think Dennis Allen is a great defensive coordinator. So we are squeezing all the lemon juice out of we can right now. It's like we're making as much chicken salad out of chicken shit we can. So
we're doing our best. We're doing our best.
We're doing our best, man. So I can't be mad at the results right now. Caleb is improving. Rome is improving. Burden is improving. You got Coastal Level is hurt, but he'll be back after the bye. So we're just gonna keep on moving along, man. So with that being said, man, Shah, one more time for the people who can know who you are, bro. They can follow you, and tell them where to find you at, man. He's gonna be a constant contributor to the CNG podcast, man. All rest of the season, man. He's really good. And we looking for anybody that got any talent that could elevate the platform. So, Shah, tell the people where they can find you, bro.
Much love to the CNG as always. Post game is always good with a dub.
Yes, sir.
It's my social media platform across the board. That's X, that's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And also you can catch me once a week doing the podcast, slightly to touch on some Bears-related things, some ancillary things in terms of media and news. But you can catch that on Facebook once a week or Instagram. But I appreciate the support as always, fellas. Always fun.
Yes, sir. And with that being said, we're the CNG podcast, man. I'm G Walker. That's the OG Allen right there, and that's CJ right there, man. And we will see you guys back with a pregame show because it's always more fun to do a pregame show after a win. So we'll see you guys after the bye with the revenge game versus the Commanders, and it's going down. That should be a hype game, man. And we love you. Shout out to all the followers, man. Everybody that came in here again. Clarence. Shout out to Clarence said got to get the run game going. He came in here. We got Geneva. The Bears played very well against a great defense today with some rookies on offensive and defensive. We are getting ready to be the shuffling crew again. Playing Mr. Mashed Potatoes. He's soft for playing that, but at white guard. It's not all secondary. Front seven can't play.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she said no. It's all secondary. Front seven can't play. Yeah, man. That's the saving grace. So Isabella came in. Craig came in. There's a bunch of people, man. We've been doing this for a while. Shout out to John saying Bears Nation. Yeah, man. So we're gonna keep doing this thing. We appreciate everybody, man. It's fun, and we'll be back, man. One love. Peace.